Class mods are a huge part of building your character in Borderlands 3. They can add just about anything to your character. If you don't choose the right class mod though, then you're missing out on a lot of potential. Hey everyone, I'm Constant Canadian, and these are the worst class mods in Borderlands 3. Before we get into the video though, I want to know who your least favorite character to play in Borderlands 3 is. Let me know in the comments down below, and be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. Starting off the list in no particular order, the Eternal Flame. The Eternal Flame is a class mod first added with the Arms Race DLC. Its special effect is that it gives Moes a 15% chance to reset action skill cooldown when igniting an enemy. This class mod isn't inherently bad, but it just doesn't make any sense at all. Moes already has a crapload of skills in her blue and purple trees designed to increase Iron Bear / Cub's cooldown rate. Any sensible person who's building for Iron Bear would already have these skills, on top of all of the skills to make Iron Bear last seemingly forever. There are so many other good Iron Bear class mods in this game that it really just doesn't make any sense to use the Eternal Flame. Next up is a class mod that was almost actually good, the Dragon. The Dragon is a base game class mod for Amara. This class mod was so close to actually being helpful, but one tiny word in the ability is all it took to ruin it entirely. For those of you who don't know, the Dragon's special effect is that when you kill an enemy with melee damage, it triggers whatever action skill augment you currently have active. As long as it's one of these augments anyway. If they had made it so it was on damaging an enemy with melee damage instead of killing an enemy with melee damage, this class mod would have been so much more helpful than it is, especially considering the skills it boosts also aren't very helpful. And now time for yet another Amara class mod that just doesn't make any sense, the Elementalist. This class mod is bad for the same reason that the Eternal Flame is. The Elementalist's special effect is when Amara phase grasps an enemy, her action skill element will apply a status effect to all nearby enemies. Amara is already so good at applying status effects, even with non-elemental weapons, that this class mod is a waste, since Amara's elemental damage over time chance is already far past the point of diminishing returns. The skill boosts on the Elementalists aren't even that good either. Next up is the Texpert, and I just want to know what the thought process is on this one. The Texpert gives Zane a kill skill that on kill has a 35% chance to reset Sentinel duration and cooldown. That sounds like a pretty good skill to have, until you think about the fact that Zane is already designed from the ground up to constantly have his skills running anyway. And even when they do go down, it takes seconds for them to cool down. This class mod literally makes zero sense. How could Zane possibly need more duration and cooldown rate when he's already the master of those things? Flak really got the wrong end of the stick when it comes to class mods. Case in point, the FriendBot. The FriendBot is part of the base game and revives Flak's pet when Flak gets a kill, as well as a 20% bonus pet damage. Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm playing a pet Flak, my pet almost never actually dies, and even when it does die, I always have Gamma Burst to pull it back up. So, what is the point of this class mod, exactly? Flak's pet is almost always tankier than Flak itself. At least the skill boosts on this class mod are pretty decent, but other than that, it's pretty useless. Okay, full honesty here, when I first wrote the script, I thought that the FriendBot would revive your pet even after it died, but as it turns out, it will only revive Flak's pet if the pet is in fight for your life, which means this class mod is even less useful than I originally thought. Okay, I see what Gearbox was trying to go for with the Nimbus. It's pretty much just Cloud Kill from Borderlands 2, but with interchangeable elements. Except, Cloud Kill in Borderlands 2 actually killed things. Whereas the Nimbus' special effect might as well just be visual. I'm fully aware that Cloud Kill was insanely overpowered in Borderlands 2, and having something that OP in this game, especially with Elemental Lifesteal, would have been broken. But then, why even try to bring it back? The most you could possibly get out of this class mod is the bonus points to Tempest, and even then, a purple Stormbringer would probably be more helpful. I don't know what it is with Zane's class mods and just doing things that his skill tree already does, but worse. The Shockerator literally gives Zane the binary system augment, and gives the clone melee spike damage. Could you imagine if all the Phase Zerker did was give you the Stillness of Mind augment, or if the Stackbot just gave the Unblinking Eye augment? It's just stupid that this class mod even exists. It's almost as bad as the Phoenix tiers, just giving the Resilient Guardian rank perk. At least in this case though, it does have a little bit more than that. Not a lot more, but at least it's something. And on top of all of this, the binary system augment isn't even that useful in of itself. It barely does any damage at all. Next up we have the Trainer with a 4, not to be confused with the purple Trainer with an A. Nice one, Gearbox. The Trainer with a 4 is a Flak class mod that was added with the Guns, Love, and Tentacles DLC. With the Trainer equipped, when Flak's pet kills an enemy, there is a 25% chance that it will get confused and attack their enemy for 20 seconds instead of actually dying. Honestly, while I really never liked confusion mechanics in this game, I can understand why somebody could want this. At least until Gearbox went and made it so that the pet would still attack the confused enemy, thus completely wasting the whole point of having an extra companion. And there's also been a lot of reported bugs where instead of the enemy getting confused, they just get full health and keep fighting. This class mod is an all-around mess and is just useless in its current state. Coming up next we have the Critical Mass. The Critical Mass is a Zane class mod added with DLC 6. The Critical Mass's special effect is, on critical kill, 100% of ammo is returned to the magazine. I'll be honest with you, when I first saw this class mod I had literally zero idea what that actually meant. So for everyone else who's confused, it just means that on critical kill, Zane instantly reloads his weapon. Something that I find freaking hilarious about this class mod is that it has a chance to boost the Deja Vu skill, which for those of you who don't know, gives Zane a chance on critical kill to add 1 bullet to his magazine. That is quite possibly the most pointless skill boost in any class mod ever. Honestly though, nothing really makes this class mod inherently bad, but reload speed, especially for Zane, is never really an issue once your character is fully leveled, so there just really isn't a place for the Critical Mass in this game. Our honorable mention for today goes to the Stone class mod for Amara. The Stone grants Amara 3% damage reduction per stack of rush, and it gives her 10% chance of gaining a rush stack upon taking damage, as well as increasing max rush stacks by 5. However, when this class mod first came out with DLC 2, it actually was glitched to make Amara take more damage. Even though I'm pretty sure it has been fixed now, damage reduction has almost never really been useful in Borderlands games, especially at max level. And finally, at number 1 is the Rack Commander. I know I originally said this list wasn't in order, but at the very least, the Rack Commander is in the spot it deserves. For those of you who scratched this thing out of memory by now, the Rack Commander adds 1 extra charge of rack attack. I'm sorry, did you expect me to say something else? That's it, that's all it does. It's crazy to me that an entire legendary class mod was wasted on something that we can literally get from an anointment. Really though, this class mod is pointless. It honestly could have been a genuinely B tier class mod if its skills boosted anything to do with rack attack. But it doesn't, so this class mod is just straight up F tier.